Okay, hello everyone. We are from Group 4, and this is our SCL1 summary or review on the Melatonin journal summary. So the journal title we have received is a review of the melatonin functions in zebrafish physiology, published in 2014. And from Group 4, together with me are my group mates. I'm IRFAN, my group mate, Kassa, and EVELYNE. So we'll begin our presentation. Okay, so a brief introduction to this research. It looks into the role that melatonin plays in various physiological processes in zebrafish. So zebrafish is the common model organism in scientific research because it's easy to obtain, it's easy to manage, it's easy to observe the development of zebrafish. And this paper specifically focuses on melatonin, which is important for the adaptive behavior of an organism towards the environment, which includes daily or annual physiological rhythm, reproductive behavior, food intake, locomotor activity, growth, and breeding performance. So zebrafish is a model that we can observe, and from the observations on zebrafish, we can also see the role that melatonin may play in human health.
Okay, next I will explain about the sources of melatonin. Okay, melatonin is synthesized from tryptophan taken by the pineal cells. Zebrafish are special because unlike all vertebrates, they possess two ANAK genes probably as a result of genome duplication. There are two ANAK genes. The ANAK one is only expressed in the retina, while the ANAK two is expressed in the pineal gland and at low level also in the retina. While serotonin levels are high during the day and low at night, melatonin levels present an inverted pattern with increased level at night and better levels during the day. In zebrafish, melatonin is synthesized in the pineal gland and the retina. The retinal pattern of melatonin production may depend on several retinal cell types including photoreceptor, internus, and ganglion cell, all of which express the melatonin biosynthesis enzyme NR2 and HMI. This difference may reflect the different circadian clock depend and photoperiod depend mechanism. Okay, next.
So next we'll look at the circadian clock system. So the pineal gland of zebrafish exhibits melatonin rhythm that is independent of neuronal input or other master clock structures. So the eyes and the pineal gland appear to be the principal central clock structure in zebrafish, and this, these organs carry out the autonomic oscillation, photoreception, and melatonin production. Melatonin is the major neurohumoral output of the circadian system in zebrafish, and the pineal gland is considered to function as the master clock in zebrafish. Okay, so the circadian clock controlled rhythm of melatonin production and gene expression begins as early as 2 days post fertilization. And in zebrafish, light is not only perceived by the eyes and the pineal gland, the photoreceptive organs, but the research has also shown that among model vertebrates, other organs are also able to perceive light. And melatonin is a sleep promoting agent, and it's shown to affect memory acquisition and to schedule the timing of reproduction and feeding for zebrafish.
Okay, as for the melatonin and development, melatonin receptors appear to be more highly expressed in developing embryos and neonates than in adults. Studies in zebrafish embryos demonstrate the role of melatonin in inducing cell proliferation and accelerating development.
Melatonin promotes circadian regulation of sleep. Just as I mentioned previously, regarding melatonin, the circadian clock system. So this is also related. The daily rhythm in circulating melatonin, which is typically low during the day and high at night, might be significant physiological factor in sleep initiation and maintenance in humans. So zebrafish is a diurnal vertebrate, which is active during daytime, with typical daytime activity and nighttime rest, and robust circadian pattern of melatonin secretion. So data from different studies that the rest state in zebrafish is fundamentally similar with behavioral manifestations of sleep in mammals, which include characteristic posture and also temporary reduction in sensitivity to sensory inputs. So additionally, the resting behavior in zebrafish is regulated by the circadian system, as periodic reduction in locomotor activity and the increase in arousal threshold are maintained in constant darkness and occur during subjective night. So there's a slowdown in the activity of zebrafish, and also there's also an increase in the arousal threshold. So it shows that this shows that there is a resting behavior for the zebrafish. So researchers found that the larval zebrafish are highly sensitive towards the sleep promoting effect of melatonin, where both the spontaneous locomotor activity and arousal threshold in the resting fish are affected by the pineal hormone.
I will explain about the melatonin and memory. Memory is a process also modulated by biological clock. Learning and memory formation occur better during the day than during the night in zebrafish. The effect of melatonin of nighttime memory formation may occur by direct modulation of memory formation circuits. Alternatively, melatonin may act indirectly by affecting sleep or circadian pace requirements for memory formation. This hypothesis is supported by studies which show that changes in cognition and behavior are considered with abnormalities in melatonin rhythms in humans.
The melatonin and appetite regulation. Central regulation of energy balance in animals depends on a complex neuroanatomical network between the central nervous system and peripheral organs that integrate information about the status of energy reserve and prevailing climatic condition. The cycle of light and darkness is probably the main factor controlling animal behavior among different environmental synchronizer. Melatonin is deeply integrated into the network of signal that regulate appetite in the zebrafish and fits properly with the well-known link between leptin and the melanocortin system. In particular, this puts melatonin in the center of the complex system of signals that govern feeding and energy balance because it exerts its effect by stimulating the anorexigenic loss of appetite and inhibiting of arousogenic signals stimulate appetite. Melatonin schedules. Melatonin plays a major role in several seasonal processes, including animal reproduction. The control of reproduction by melatonin is species specific. Little information is currently available on the role of melatonin on zebrafish. Reproduction of seasonal and continuous breeders involve a close association between gonadotropin releasing hormone GnRH, neurons and kisspeptin fibers encoded by KIS1, KIS2 genes. Carnevale et al. Studied the neuroendocrine control of reproduction in zebrafish. They analyzed the role of KIS1 and KIS2 gene expressions in the expression of GnRH3 in the pituitary of females exposed to two different melatonin doses. Melatonin may induce or inhibit the KIS1 system, and in turn, the hypothalamic pituitary gonadal axis. The authors found a direct action of melatonin on ovarian follicle maturation, leading to an increase in fecundity.
Okay, so to conclude, this is basically what we've presented previously. So these are the proposed functions of melatonin in zebrafish. As me, Kassa, and Evelyn has presented, melatonin plays a role in cell proliferation, in reproduction, in the circadian cycle, affects the locomotor activity, reproduction, the pineal gland, growth, thermoregulation, osmoregulation, and also appetite regulation. So to conclude, go to the next slide. Okay, so to conclude, melatonin plays a key homeostatic role in the chronobiological dependent basic functions in zebrafish physiology. And these include sleep, development, nutrition, reproduction, but also in neural functions such as learning and memory. Most of these functions have been reported to be influenced by melatonin in mammals, including humans. So that's why zebrafish is a good model organism to study how melatonin also affects humans. So therefore, zebrafish is a suitable model to gain understanding of the relationship between melatonin and timing of physiological events. Many new studies are emerging on the role that melatonin plays, and information on how melatonin regulates or affects various aspects of zebrafish physiology will be very important, and it's of great interest because it will also be applicable for us to understand more about human health and disease. So that is all from us in group 4. Thank you for listening.